I'd subtract.
Subtract? What would you subtract?
I'd subtract 260 or 30 from 260.
Okay.
As you walk in the door, this looks like it could be any high school classroom in any school in the United States. Stay a little while though, and you'll soon discover it is anything but.
It's that ADS-B that they're coming out with by 2020, 2025. That's when they want this in all airplanes. So this is going to be kind of like a transponder where you've got to have this technology to fly. There's different levels, right? One that just sends out information, doesn't receive anything, but that's so other airplanes can know, okay, this is where you're at, this is what you're doing.
The students in this classroom are getting a unique experience, one that will eventually take them from these chairs behind desks to thousands of feet above the earth. This is the Sioux Falls School District's Career and Technical Education Academy. Opened in 2010, it is home to many unique programs like the Academy of Finance, biomed courses, advanced welding and manufacturing, cabinetry, housing construction, culinary arts and restaurant management, human services, media arts, pre-engineering, advanced computer classes, and more. And starting this year, the district's aviation program.
I teach the two classes that we offer on aviation, Introduction to Aviation and Advanced Aviation. Introduction to Aviation, what we talk about there are really broad aviation topics. We're introducing kids to aviation. Some have a lot of experience, some don't have much experience in aviation, so we kind of expose them to a lot of different things, whether it's history of aviation, airport design, space, rocketry, tower operations, what makes an airplane fly, all of those really kind of broad topics. We don't get too in-depth, really just an introduction to aviation. This is advanced aviation, and the main goal there is to get students ready to take their private pilot written exam, which is half of becoming a private pilot. We cover everything that's necessary there, from airspace, rules, regulations, aircraft performance, navigation, kind of a variety of topics there so they can be successful private pilots. Then, what's nice about this course is we're partnering with Legacy Aviation to get them some flight time out here at the airport. So to take what we're learning in class and then to be able to get into the cockpit of an airplane and go flying.
It's a class that's made possible by the Sioux Falls School District, but made extraordinary by local sponsors.
It's such a huge opportunity. We are one of the few schools within several hundred miles of here that is kind of giving this opportunity to students and letting them explore aviation. 1% of the population is considered a pilot, would fall into that category. So it's a small community, but at the same time it's kind of a big opportunity. And I think here in Sioux Falls we're set up really well. We've got a lot of surrounding areas that are able to kind of support this as well. Community partners, we've got the EAA, Experimental Aircraft Association, the Chapter 289 out here at T, that did give us a sizable donation that's allowing us to offer kids this flying time. We've got Legacy Aviation, who's been nothing but help since we started this, offering themselves, their resources, their people to kind of help in any way, shape, or form that they could.
We are all interested in promoting general aviation to the best that we can. We think we have a pretty good program as far as stepping up aviation program, as far as introducing young people to aviation in general, and it's also a stepping stone, a beginning stepping stone to a career as an airline pilot or in the aviation world. Partnering with CTE and the instructor up there, as far as giving them hands-on experience as far as flying, and we hope to attract some students here. It's good for us, it's good for them. We want to be an open door where people can feel comfortable coming in the door and asking us questions, and we want people coming in and out all the time to promote what we do.
While many of their peers are still mastering parallel parking and merging onto the interstate, these students are practicing taking off and landing in strong South Dakota winds.
This This is our inaugural year of the aviation program at CTE and keeping it pretty active. Average between the 2 semesters, we've got about 30 to 40 students.
Last year, a couple of counselors started talking about CTE, and I don't know, it sounded exciting. I've liked aviation for a while, so I decided to give it a shot, and then the first semester was a lot of fun, learned a lot of stuff. The teacher made a lot of field trips, so it made it fun, and then the second semester here, he was talking about actually being able to fly, so I signed up for it again, and we have been able to go out to T airport and got a couple hours in, so that was good.
We had like a tour day or whatever, and they said they were bringing aviation to us, so I thought it'd be a cool thing to check out, and just kind of fell in love with it.
Between both classes, CTE, we like to keep everything really hands-on. So first semester, when we're talking about space and rocketry, kids are designing and building their own rockets. We launch them, we see how they perform. That first semester also, students design their whole airport, from the runway layout to where they're going to put the terminal to where they're going to put emergency services on that airport. So they design and build that. This semester we've gotten to build RC planes, so we take those out and fly them. Kind of start to tie in those principles of what's making this airplane fly, how's it staying in the air, how are we able to maneuver. Simulators, we've got the simulator set up in the classroom. We've got 15 simulator stations that they're able to kind of immediately take what we're talking about in class, go over to the simulators, and then practice taking off. There's deer running across the runway. So what do we do in that situation? We can add weather, we can add emergency situations, and just practice basic flying principles that they're able to immediately kind of take what we're doing in class, apply it, and see how that works out.
It's an opportunity few get in a lifetime, much less in high school.
Every single person, whether it's from another school in another state that comes and tours, whether it's instructors at the CTE Academy, everybody says, where was this when I was in high school? So it's a really cool opportunity. The guys who are up flying now, he said, you know, I feel pretty cool, you know, what high school student has the opportunity to get into an airplane and go flying, which is the truth. And it's cool that we kind of, as a district and an area, are able to provide that for students, I think. And I think it's awesome to be part of that. I was that little kid who was 2 years old and always looking up at the sky and always excited about airplanes and flying. And to see that in these young people is pretty exciting.
It's a little overwhelming at first because you have to do like 4 different things, but then it's really fun. It's kind of crazy, like being able to fly a plane only in high school. So
When you say you actually get to fly, they're pretty jealous. So.
And that knowledge is not lost on these students.
It's a lot different. I mean, you have control, and we've been practicing on the simulators we have, and it's just exciting and fun. Just get to control it, and what you do affects how the plane moves, I guess.
they really just gave us the wheel. They're just correcting us on small things, telling us what we need to do and what we need to focus on. But otherwise, it's all up to us. And we took off, practiced some maneuvers, did a slow speed where like you're almost at a stall, and then we got to land, so it's pretty cool.
These students plan to take what they have learned.
Legacy's been helping us in all sorts of ways. Like they allowed us to get these flight sims. They've gave us the opportunity to come out and fly planes with them. So that was really cool. And then they're giving us a discount price to continue on with lessons and get our private pilot license too.
With us there, even after students leave our classroom, they're offering to continue their education. You know, if a student wants to go on and finish their private pilot's license or get an instrument or a commercial, or any way that they can be a help, they have different classes and forums here that they've got for local folks that they've invited us to that we can be a part of. So that's kind of another opportunity, another way for students to be involved.
And expand on it.
I was thinking SDSU and maybe majoring in aviation and maybe become a commercial pilot someday. I know it takes a lot of hours, but it'd be fun to do.
Almost everyone who learns about the course is amazed that what starts here ends here.
I'd say take this for sure. Get into it. That's the hardest step, is taking the first one. So once you're into it, it gets you a lot more excited about it, and you learn new things that are a lot more interesting than what you thought initially. So I'd definitely take this class again if I hadn't before, and just go from there.